Hi, I'm Salaam Ismial. I'm National Director of United Youth Council Incorporated. And I have a very, very important message to people of Union County. In recent, our country have been plagued with police shootings. Most recent in St. Paul, Minnesota, and Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where 2 African Americans were shot and killed by police unnecessarily by many. In recent, 5 cops were shot and killed in Dallas, Texas, and up to 3 or 4, as of this date, have been murdered in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. This problem, or this issue, or this concern, this crisis that's happening with cops, mostly white cops, shooting African American men, and now this new discussion of these cops are now being ambushed, shot dead by individuals who are taking the cause upon themselves in retaliation by their saying to get back at cops for pretty much, in all intents and purposes, getting away with murder. Now, no matter what side of the fence you're on this issue, we still have other crises in the black community. And that is this crisis of black-on-black crime and such. And I very distinctly say black-on-black crime or black-on-black violence because it had overwhelmed our community in recent times. I mean, you could talk either from Chicago or Detroit or Camden, New Jersey or Newark or LA or wherever area you hear urban community, we're plagued with this constant brutalizing, self-hatred, murderous kind of conduct in our own community. Now, people need to know, what can we do to address this issue, and how we're going to do it? Well, one thing we don't want, irregardless of how high our crime goes, we don't want police to come into our community with the blessings of community leaders saying they can go into our community and wrestle crime. And what tend to happen, you have rogue cops that go into our community and you get the results of what's happening like in Louisiana and Minnesota. We don't want that to happen, nor do we want people out there killing police officers. And many are doing a pretty decent job. We have a proposal in Union County, New Jersey, and we hopefully this can catch fire throughout the state of New Jersey and around the nation. We according to the president, asked for a dialogue, and many national leaders asked for a dialogue. We asked for that. We call on our grassroots leaders throughout Union County, New Jersey, to come together. We urge the Union County prosecutor, Grace Park, who started an initiative to do outreach into the community, to come and meet and sit down and dialogue with grassroots leaders on this issue of police and community relations. This has got to be a grassroots effort by grassroots leadership. No disrespect for the mainstream leaders and what have you and so on and so on, but we're talking about people that's on the ground every day in these communities, dealing with these young folk, interacting with some of the problems they have. And we want a sit down with the county prosecutor, with all 21 municipality chief of police or directors. We sent a letter out to them just recently, to Grace Park, and we had a press conference to talk about just that. In the coming days and weeks, we're going to be calling for community leaders in Elizabeth, Roselle, Cranford, Linden, Kenilworth, Rahway, Scotts Plain, Union, Plainfield, Hillside, and other interested in the 21 cities to come together, grassroots leaders, to sit down with these heads of police departments and to hear our issues our concerns and our resolution on addressing this issue of police and community relationship. We're not here to compromise. We're here to shed an understanding and the will to show respect on both sides. And that got to happen with dialogue. And so we're asking those of you who are grassroots leaders in those particular areas I identified to inbox me, give me a name and number if you want to be a part of that discussion. Now, we're not going to wait for some of the things that happen across this country where police have gotten out of hand, and then later on people want to complain because of what happened in Baltimore reaction or what happened in Ferguson reaction. Well, this is an opportunity that those situations do not happen here. And we need to sit down and discuss these issues. How police stopping African Americans because they're African American, or stopping because they're young and may wear a hat on backwards, or their pants down drooping below their butt. They're automatically determined to be some sort of criminal. Or doing these so-called quality of life kinds of policing that do not work in our community and only cause more friction and more interaction, negative interaction between young people and police. All these targeting folks that are smoking weed, pulling them over and smelling weed in the car, and that become a confrontation. These are the kind of issues, and there's more, that need to be discussed at a table. If you want dialogue, well, you're going to have to meet us on the issue that concern us most. So we're asking those of you who have an interest, I don't know what leadership you call yourself, I don't care if you have your own club on the corner. If you are a grassroots leader, you're on the corner, you dealing with these folks every day, you dealing with these issues that may not be in the paper, you may not be one of these so-called flashy leaders, those are the ones who I want to talk to. Those are the ones I want to be at that table. Because you know and I know, when things happen, none of those big shot leaders is nowhere around to after the fact, when it's too late. So we ask you to inbox me, your name, telephone number, and let's touch base. Thank you for listening.